Building your own house makes a lot of sense. You can become a homeowner for a lot less than buying a home. You can build the house you want. You learn an incredibly valuable skill, one which will allow you to build other homes after this one and allow you to help others to build their homes with the skills you learned here.
There are a series of processes that one needs to follow. And the first process is really the buying of the site, or the acquisition of the site, finding the right site. The second would be the planning process and the people that you have to get involved to be able to design and plan your house and get it through council, etc. And then the last aspect is the construction phase, which is probably the most difficult one and where you would be spending the most money. The next thing is to know your budget. If you've already spent a certain amount of money on your site, it's important that you know how much money you've got left to pay for the building of the house, but also all the other professional fees that you may have to pay for. Because the local authority requires that plans are drawn up by professionals, you'll have to pay those people. Similarly, engineers are required to provide structural certificates so that they make sure that the building can stand up, etc. Those things also have to be paid for. So your budget is a very important aspect at this point in time. Other aspects are technology. What building materials are you going to use? One must think about the fact that you're spending money on the house now, but in 10 or 20 years' time you may be spending a lot more money on maintenance. Most people unfortunately can't afford quantity surveyors, and quantity surveyors are professionals who work out how much a building will cost. But it's important then, if you can't use those professionals, to speak to builders or other people who know about building materials and find out what the costs of these materials are and what their lifespan is, how long they're going to be around, how much money will it cost to maintain these elements.
Number one, we can build with blocks, which is a cheaper version. And number two, we can use the clay bricks, which is a little bit more expensive than this brick. But the important thing when building a house is you must build according to what is your budget.
Clay bricks. Clay bricks come in a number of different types and classifications in terms of SABS. Let's starting with NFP, non-face plaster. They are bricks that come with a minimum average strength of 7 MPa and are used for general purpose in walls that are going to be plastered and painted. NFX, non-face extra, is 14 MPa average, and they are used below DPC, retaining walls, and where you need the strength, for instance the ground floor of a double-story or three-story building. Face bricks come in a number of different classifications: FBS, face brick standard; FBA, face brick aesthetic; FBX, face brick extra. Face brick extra has a very tight specification in terms of color and size uniformity. FBS, face brick standard, has a slightly looser specification where the sizes can vary a bit more than the FBX. You get the FBA, face brick aesthetic. They don't come in a guaranteed size, but the nominal size remains the same. And they are used generally where you need the variation.